Okay, how's it going out there, everybody in internet, Facebook land? Let me just get this up here so I can see who might be on. Um, okay, just wanted to welcome you to another edition of our live stream for EECOM Mentor. I'll be on the stream today. Greg is taking care of himself a little bit today, and so he might join in. Knowing him, he might kind of pop in. I was at the doctor's last Tuesday, so I was actually watching the stream from the doctor's office. But anyway, here we are. Today we're going to be talking about some more about holidays because we think that's really important. It's the biggest season of the year in terms of sales and what you want to try and accomplish in this season. So we've got a couple of people out there. Give me a shout out on the comment page if you're out there. Any questions that you might have, go ahead and put that out there. In fact, let's see who's out there right now. I know that Greg likes to go immediately into it, but let's just see. Is there anyone out there in terms of, okay, we've got a couple people out there. Where are you guys coming from, and maybe what kind of business that you actually do, and maybe we can give you some direct answers to what you're doing. So as you know, I'm the director of marketing here at LaunchCart with Greg, and we run a couple of stores actually here, e-commerce stores, as well as we do our own branding and marketing firm as well. So that being said, we actually just had a meeting yesterday with our entire staff regarding what we want to do for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And this is kind of important. And I'll just dive right into it. And we're going to be talking about traffic. Guys, you got to have a plan. Okay, you got to have a plan. I've been in a couple organizations before where they run into sales seasons and they're like, okay, well, we'll just put stuff on the website and we'll just put, a couple ads in here. I'm going to tell you, you're going to be better off with a plan. And that's really, really important. And real quick there is an idea of mindset, right? And we like to start the show with a mindset section. But one of the biggest things I run into these days is the fact of focus. If you're not fully focused towards whatever that you're doing, especially when it comes to the sales season, you'll see it in your results. And being focused is extremely important. There's a lot of distractions in the coming season. There's a lot of different opportunities that you might have, different paths that you may take. But being focused on what you want to do and what your results are. What do you want to do? I'm talking to you out there. What do you want to do? Do you want to increase engagement? Do you want more people to come and find your site and click on engagement? Or do you want a better email list? Do you want more conversions? Of course, we all want conversions, but what is it that you want to do? And what are results that you think that you can grasp within this season? So some of you might say, well, I want to make $1 million in the next 3 months. The problem is that can you, with the results, with the resources that you have, make $1 million? Then you can become easily, like completely scattermined. And remember, without having focus, anywhere is a good destination. But having focus is really important. I'm a big fan of the principle of the path. That means however you got to where you are right now, watching me, whatever you're doing, whatever you're deciding to do, has to do so much more than the direction that you took than just life happening to you. Getting to where you are right now was made from a bunch of decisions and a bunch of directions that you took to get where you are right now. And where you want to be requires a map. So my biggest thing that I want to start you all out with is coming up with the idea of planning. Having a map. Now, some of you guys out there that aren't planning, you're like on the fly, maybe you're doing drop shipping and you're doing certain things. Here's the problem with that. Sooner or later, you're going to run into a wall where that energy and that you're going to be so scattered that you're not going to be able to really fine tune your resources and what's important. And here's the thing is, people that are laser focused get to the path a lot faster, right? If I have a map and I have a step-by-step of how to get there, I'm going to get there way faster than someone's trying to figure it out. Have a map for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Just to let you know, Cyber Monday last year was the largest sales date in United States history last year. So you can either capitalize on that, or you can just say, you know what, I'm just going to, wing it. We don't believe in winging it here at LaunchCart. In fact, one of the biggest values we have here is called make it better. But we'll get to that in just a few seconds. Okay, before we go any further, you guys are going to say, okay, Johnson, tell us about traffic. All right, let's just bust the bubble right now. Anyone who comes to you and says, hey, I have one clear magic bullet of how to increase traffic and do all these things and make tons of money for you like that in like 10 minutes or one day, you got to be a little sketched out about. And here's the reason why. It's not saying that there aren't certain tools that you can use to increase traffic spikes, but overall, traffic has to be a long-term plan. Now, if you're writing this down and you're getting ready to do your campaigns and you've got product, right? Most of you have product that you want to sell, and then you don't know how to get, maybe just build your site, or maybe you're planning to build a site. And so here's the thing about, you're thinking about traffic, how to get people to the website. One thing we know for sure, building a site is not enough. period, right? That's like opening a store on the street and hoping that someone will come in. It's not enough these days. So of course you're here for traffic. Here's the thing about traffic that you need to know. It's a long-term plan. You've got to figure out, okay, how much traffic can I realistically get right now, where I am, with the resources that I have, with the products I have, what can I get how much traffic can I get right now, and how much traffic can I scale that up to? And what are the techniques I can use along the way? And these tools will change along the way. There is no set standard that I've seen of traffic that lasts year in, year out, year in, year out, year in. It's going to change because your audience is going to change, your product's going to change, and your culture is going to change. Now, in terms of traffic, there are some definite tips that we want to give you today, and you can probably research this on the internet and get tons of tips as well. But there's certain things that we do here that has brought us success, okay? So are you all ready for that? Okay, let's look at it this way. We talked about making sure that you understand that traffic is a long-term plan. Stop with the quick, rich, get this traffic thing. Stop that. You're just going to get your head against the wall, wasting so much money. Understand that traffic is a commitment to build your business. That's the other thing that I'd like to talk about too, is what's going to happen for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and what I try to tell the team is it's going to take work. It's going to take work to build your business. It's going to take work to build your products. Yeah, it's going to listen, I told you, Greg, he never sleeps. He just had a comment right there, and I'm going to read that to you in just a few seconds here. But it takes work. Now, here's some questions at beginning traffic. How much money we have, right? We're going to assume that most of you aren't in a place that are selling, that are making millions of dollars a month, so you don't have the money for all that ad spend. So we're going to give you some tips right now on how to create traffic in the most efficient and least expensive way. But before we get into that, let me give you some ideology about traffic that I believe in. One is not all traffic is equal. So when someone tells me, hey, I just need more traffic, what I know that they're really saying is I want high quality traffic. Look, you can get 1,000 people to your site, but if not a single person converts or clicks, that's not great traffic. Traffic that's targeted is best traffic, high quality traffic. So know the difference between the two. What are you looking for? And to get high quality traffic, you got to be targeted. Now, when you start out your company, you start your business, you may not have all the information that you have of the type of customers that are coming. You may assume, hey, I'm selling a dog leash, so I feel like everyone with a dog owner would buy a dog leash. For example, we had a client that was doing a pet door, right? And so they were marketing to dogs, which is great, right? And they assumed that that's who you wanted. It's a dog pet door. Turns out there's a big contingency of people that have cats that wanted to buy the product as well. And so knowing your custom audience is really important. So high quality traffic means targeted traffic. And how do you get targeted traffic? There's different ways to do that. But just before we go into that, realize and the way that we approach traffic and marketing and for revenue for our company is we look at holistically. We look at all of it. So when we look at traffic, I want you to look at all your marketing efforts that you take into account, your email marketing, the way you built your site, all these things. I'm going to just hammer it into you that if all you do is traffic, there's a good chance you won't create revenue and sustain it over the long run. It's a holistic viewpoint. Our traffic is tied into our email marketing. In fact, we had a client that tried to separate it, was just hired us for email marketing. It was so hard because they wanted revenue results. But the problem was that it's so much tied to the way that they built their landing pages and they weren't great. And it was so much tied to the way that they were doing their Facebook ads and they weren't great. So we want to make sure that we tie them all together. All right. And then, so here's the thing is, so Greg put this up right here. I'm gonna put it so you can all see it here is I used to make Craigslist posts to get free traffic. Let me tell you, you don't have to have $1 million to start getting traffic right away. There's Greg right there using Craigslist. I do a lot of content marketing. And so for me to get traffic with the companies I was working with was I would build audiences ahead of time. Does that take work? Yes. Is there sequencing and a timing of that? Yes, absolutely. But in the long run, it pays off. Because what I'm trying to do is trying to get target high level traffic. Why? Because I know that if I get someone to the site and they convert and they buy, they'll buy again. And that's what we want. I would rather have maybe 1,000 people that buy repeatedly than 10,000 people and only 100 people buy a month. So that's what we're looking for in terms of high quality traffic. We're looking at quality, okay? So let's get into this. Real quick is, okay. So Greg said he targeted to kids' clothes. I don't know if he's meaning that that's when he started his store. But let's go into this real quick is, one of the places that hands down across the board that's going to drive traffic is going to be social media. And I know that some of you already come here like Johnson, we're here, we already know that. And some of you out there are having a hard time wondering how social media works. We're not just talking about Facebook, we're talking about Twitter, Instagram, we're talking about Snapchat. In fact, we're even interested in doing Pinterest, actually. We're having meetings with them, and LinkedIn. All these places are sources of traffic that are high. It can generate a lot of traffic. Here's what I want to tell you right now. All of you starting out there trying to figure out the landscape of social media and those platforms. There are about 7 platforms that convince the world's opinions and economy right now currently. And those 7 are mostly social media sites. You got Facebook, you've got Twitter, you got all these things. Not being on those platforms, not understanding how those platforms work, not knowing how you run ads on this platform, it's like putting a blindfold over you saying, oh, I'm gonna be successful, and yet I'm gonna completely ignore these channels. So all of you out there, the 5, the 6, the 10 people out there listening, or the people that are gonna listen afterwards, is you've got to study the platform that you put the traffic on, okay? And you're saying, well, we wanna know how to make more and more traffic. Here's the first place. Know the space that you're putting the platform on. When I came on board, I wasn't super familiar about Facebook ads and how that worked. I did know about different ad places and different marketing techniques. Knowing more now about Facebook ads, getting in there, and Greg is a big person. He's my partner, hammers in, hey, study this, study this. Let me tell you right now, I know way more about traffic in terms of Facebook ad platform than I did 3 months ago, but more than likely more than the average person that's actually doing e-commerce business right now. And here's why. Knowing the platform increases the targeting of and effectiveness of your ad campaigns, okay? So one of the easiest ways, let's just start with Facebook. And I'm excited about this. Greg was showing you last Tuesday how you can study the competitors. I want you to know that's my biggest strategy, is studying competitors. And there's different ways that you can do it. Now, we went through the page transparency last Tuesday. If you haven't seen it, go back, check that out. He shows you a bunch of clicks, shows you a bunch of ways to look at your competitors and how they're running their ads. I've got some new ones today that I was looking at about a month ago, and I knew about when a friend told me. And it's something that I use regularly now when I'm looking at ads. So I'll tell you about that in just a few seconds. But let's take a look at this right now. In terms of social media, there's 2 ways that you can build traffic. One is a standard ad, right? And that's an ad that you paste Facebook so they can click on to go to your site to increase sales. The other one is content marketing. And sometimes the 2 kind of cross over, but content marketing is trying to get engagement. And the difference between the 2 is engagement, I believe, and Greg, you can chime in if you want. I think engagement costs less money than actual campaigns for conversions. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But there's 2 ways. And what you're doing is so why would you do campaign ads? Simple. Anyone that's done an ad before, direct marketing, direct mailers, or even just had a sign outside of your street, of your store, that's basically an ad. You're trying to get people into your store. You do the same thing with social media and create ads. What you simply do, and we'll have I think we actually have some video courses on creating Facebook ads. But we'll talk about what the ads look like, and we'll touch on that in just a few seconds. We'll touch on it now. There's 2 things I always consider when looking at an ad, even before I came to Launchcard. One is the targeting of the ad, and 2 is the design of the ad. Okay, those are the 2 components that make up a proper ad. There's maybe some other things here and there, of course, but the ad itself is the targeting of the ad. Who are you trying to reach? So if I'm going to try and reach the millennial generation between 20 and 30, there's a whole entire new group of people called Visco girls, whatever the case may be. If I'm trying to reach them, I'm probably not going to put an elderly person on the ad. I'm probably not going to put images that just don't apply to them. I'm going to build my ads specifically for the type of people that I want to buy my products from, right? So with Skinny Girl, one of our most successful brands, our ads are curtailed towards, we have a model on the picture, right? And that kind of gets the female audience inside. We also do video as well. Before we talk about the type and the media, think about your ad. Now you're thinking like, how's this to do with traffic? It has everything to do with traffic. Your ads and what it looks like and the effectiveness of your ad builds traffic, okay? Look at your ads. Now here's how you can find out. Now let's say, Jonathan, I don't know how to build a proper ad. Here's the cool part about the world of the internet. You can find everything. You can find everything about what successful ads look like. Go use the page transparency on Facebook. Go look at the ads. Look at your competitors' ads. See how they're doing their placements. And then all you can do is this, and Greg loves to say this, is copycat. Copy it. Copycat marketing is the most effective, easiest way to get a result than having to reinvent the wheel. Now, I'm not saying don't be innovators. Don't try to figure things out. Please do that. That's how you're going to probably keep ahead of the game. But don't reinvent the wheel. Why? Because you don't have a lot of resources. Most of you out there have like a team of maybe 1, right? 2. We here don't even have an unlimited amount of resources. We have to make do with what we have. So the thing about seeing something and copying it gives us the time and resources to make many of those as possible. So when it comes to ads, study, 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 study. Now I'm going to give you some ideas in terms of the targeting in just a few seconds. But in terms of design, page transparency, there's also Ad Espresso, which I'll type in the notes here in just a few seconds of what that looks like. You can go in there and you can see all the different ads. You can actually literally Google top Facebook ads, top Instagram ads. No matter where the source is coming from, the truth is the same across all those marketing channels. There's a thing about Facebook ads that you may not know of, is there's a 20% text rule as well, and that's really important. Facebook doesn't like people just jamming and spamming their audience, so they don't like it when your ad has a bunch of text on it. So full images, and if you want to win, like if you want to win right now and you want to press the win button on ad design, videos. Videos, videos, videos. I'm telling you right now, we were talking the other day with Greg and one of our designers, was we can even take a still images, like 4 still images, right? They're all still images, and we can put them into a little program. You can find a lot online on your phone, and we can make one image, drop down, slide this way, dissolve into this one, and Facebook reads it as a video. That particular type of ad is way more compelling than just a static ad. Now, I'm not saying don't do static ads. I'm saying if you want to hit the win button right now on your store for the holiday season, make video ads. Now, they can be something as simple as getting your iPhone out, looking at your product. Movement shows engagement on Facebook, and this is how we know this. So one of the biggest things I study into marketing, and I come from a film background. I went to UCLA School of Film and Television. The one thing we learned when we did film composition was when you look at a particular scene, there's certain things that draw the attention of the eye to that particular scene. It might be the color, it might be something taller or brighter, but one thing that always draws attention of your eye, and look at this, go watch a show right now after this, turn the sound off and just see and track your eye. The number one thing that tracks the eye movement is motion. So if anything is moving, your eye immediately goes to that. So on a Facebook feed, as you're seeing static images and people are scrolling, when they see, and if you have, a lot of people have their Facebook to autoplay, so the videos autoplay, it immediately stops them. Now, they may not stay, completely locked onto it, but what you're doing is you're providing the best platform, the best strategy for them as they're looking through their Facebook feeds. And here's the thing is, you all know this, right? You've all been there. You're going through your Facebook, you're scrolling. Pretty much 95% of your activity is scrolling. But you see a video and you stop. Maybe it's a cat stuck in a window. I don't know what it is. But videos are super key. Now, when it comes to your product, you have to curtail it towards your product. Now, I know different people have different techniques on this. For example, they might do a funny video and then it might click to a product that's completely unrelated. I don't want to suggest you don't do that. I want to suggest you take the time, come up with really good shots and videos that have to do with your product. Maybe, for example, we have a skincare line with one of our things we do. Now, maybe we didn't do a shot of the product, but we did a moving image of aloe vera and the benefits of aloe vera. Well, that's not a product. Well, what it is it increases engagement. People are looking at it because they want to know the benefits of aloe vera. And guess what? There's a link to our ad for the skincare line that that's connected to it. So videos for your ads. Real quick here is, okay, so targeting. I want to show you something. So I'm going to share my screen here. So remember last time Greg talked about being able to look at the page transparency of a particular a vendor. You go to their site, you go to the page, you click on page transparency on the right-hand navigation, and you can see the list of all their ads and what they're doing. But here's the cool thing about Facebook too, and it's called the plain sight. I call it the plain sight strategy. Page transparency is called plain sight strategy. Why? Because the strategies of how people do their marketing is in plain sight. You can find it. It's literally, that's the most amazing thing about Facebook, is you can see why they're doing what they're doing. Okay, you want to get into this. Do you know where it says on Facebook, why am I seeing this? Guess what that is? Facebook allows you to let you know why you are being shown that ad. All of it. So let's go do that right now. So I'm going to share my screen. Just a few seconds here. Mouse went dead. Okay, here we go. Right here. I'm at this guy here, Justin Green. I've been reading him a lot lately, just seeing how he's been doing. But that's not the point. Right here, take a look at it. See these little arrows? You click on this. Why am I seeing this ad? Click on why am I seeing this ad? And watch this. Okay, I don't know why it's not. Okay, let's try again. I'm gonna show something. Let me just refresh my screen, and I'll just find an ad. So bear with me here. You're actually gonna see my friend feeds page here, but that's all right. Okay, we're not online? Just a second, everybody. Let me see why I can't get into Facebook. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna click through this. Don't mind some of my stuff that I'm seeing here. Harris Reed, that's one of our guys. He's partnered with Greg in the launch. Let me see if I can actually get some ads here. All right, let's see. We should see one because okay, here we go. Airtable, perfect. Click right here, click on that. Why am I seeing this ad? Boom, there you go. You are now seeing Airtable's targeting technique. Airtable's advertising request. So it says, Airtable wants to reach people who may be similar to their customers. You're seeing this ad because your information matches Airtable. Okay. Airtable is trying to reach people between ages 18 and 64. Guess what Facebook has your age. Airtable is trying to reach people whose primary location is the United States. You can actually click on these to see even a little more. And then it tells you a little more about how they're seeing it. Now, there are a lot of things that you can do regarding this. And the number one thing that you want to do is go to a site that sells your products. Let's say we're going to look at Gap. And I don't know if it's going to show up on my Facebook feed. But if I go to the Gap and I go here. Now, once I go to it, the ad should appear in my Facebook feed. But even if it doesn't, let me see if I can get through here. Let me see. Nope, I gotta look to my Facebook feed. Okay, well, maybe I'll see it. Here's the point. Let me get back to you here. Oh, here's done my Facebook business. Let me see what they're gonna say. Why am I seeing this ad? Facebook wants to reach people who may be similar to their customers. We know that. Trying to reach people English in the US. It's trying to reach people ages 18 and older. It's trying to reach people who are specifically in Oceanside, California. Look at that, super crazy targeting. Oh, that's because they have a conference coming up. Okay, great. All right, so let me go back to here. Stream, and I will take this up. Okay, so here's the lesson regarding that is when you look at this, and you can look at what you want to do is look at ads that have to do with your industry. If you are selling, let's say you're selling, okay, print on demand. That's something we're doing. What you want to do is go to their sites, like their site, go to their, their Facebook fan page, like their Facebook fan page, follow them, and then go to their site, sign up for the email list, and all of a sudden you're going to start seeing ads on your Facebook feeds because you become part of their custom audience. Why is that important? Because now you're going to be able to study the rhythm of their ads, the frequency of their ads, how they're doing ads, and who they're targeting. Now, you may not get all the details in terms of like someone who bought and clicked last week, which we can see on our own ads, but you can get a general idea. This is a really cute thing. If you look at that and you study page transparency, you are well ahead of the game of people who don't know how to run ads at all. You're now understanding how your competitors run ads, how the top people are doing ads, and you can say, okay, this is what they're doing, this is what they're targeting. Let me see. I will then begin to see if I can target that. Why is that important? Because most of us right now that are starting out are just starting out with a brand new store, and you don't have all the metrics. You don't have all the information. Now, our store over, I think, 2 years has collected a lot of data. Our Facebook pixel is extremely saturated with information of who our buyers are and what they look like, where they're coming from, their demographics, what city they're coming from, how often they buy. We have all that information after 2 years. Now, you starting out may not. So what you can do is go out to different companies that are in your industry for whatever you're selling, especially for Black Friday. Let me tell you, this is a perfect time because guess what? They're gonna be running ads like crazy in this season because it's Black Friday, it's Cyber Monday. I would say about November 1st, you should start seeing them because that's when we're gonna start running our ads. But you're gonna start seeing them. Be on their email list, be a part of them and check and see what they're doing. Now, you can actually do that now if you wanna get ahead of the game. So targeting. The best thing I can give you in order for you to get better ads is study it. It's gonna take some time, but study it and then try it. Try some ads. We're gonna give you some tools here on different places that you can make ads. Canva, by the way, if you don't have Canva, you're missing out. If you don't have money to get a graphic designer and a lead designer, and you are the lead designer, you're the the product manager, you're the lead designer, you're the housekeeper, you're the home office dad, whatever it is that you are, Canva is going to be your best friend in terms of creating ads. It's one of the things I love to use. I know that Greg and some of the people on the team like to use for videos Camtasia, and we're going to put those in the links here for the show. But Canva is great. It's C-A-V-A, and I'll write this right here so you can see it. canva.com. There it is. So if you already know what Canva, you're probably plotting, Johnson, where you know them. Listen, they have pre-made templates. So you can go and say, I want to make a Facebook ad, and all of a sudden they'll take you to all the Facebook ad dimensions, and then you can actually swap out the pictures. They have Facebook templates, they have Instagram templates. Last time I checked, I think they had LinkedIn templates, but Canva. And I think it's for $12 a month. You can get the entire premium thing. You get you can get stock images and stock footage. Oh, in fact, we create a lot of our thumbnails for our live stream through that. So ad design, study, and target. Do your best to target. Right now at the beginning, do your best to target. Of course, Facebook is going to start changing and start, the more that people come to your site. Oh yeah, look at, see, Greg wrote Canva on there. He typed it for me. We just can't stop working. That's all I'm saying. I was at the doctor's. I had to tune in to watch a live stream to see how Greg was doing. He's recovering from the long trip. The brother had a huge conference, and he's probably tuning in right now. So, okay, other than that, here's the thing that we want to also talk about real quick is this. The ads, the design of the ads. One of the things that we want to talk about is this, the offer of your ad. Let's just put it this way, the offer of your store. If you want to track traffic, you've got to try and get above the noise of every single person that's out there and all the stuff that's competing for their attention, for your customer's attention. So you got to have a compelling offer. And I think there's a couple things I call the value propositions. What is something that you can offer, especially for the holidays? And I'm going to talk about, let's zero in, focus on the holidays. Look, everyone and their grandmother is going to put their best offer out there for Cyber Monday and Black Friday. That's the deal. So you're going to get TVs for 50% off. You're going to get apparel for like 60% off. Some places 70, 80% off. You're going to have to try and come up with an offer that competes. If it's not, and you're going to wonder like, okay, how come no one's clicking? Well, it's because your offer's not great. We partner with a really great group of people that do website optimization called BGS. One of the first things they said in their preparation for the Black Friday was make sure that you give everyone your best offer. Give them your best offer. It could be one of our teammates talked about the value proposition of it's the lowest price all year. Things like that. Make sure that you are giving them value proposition that's worth it. Let's say, for example, you're selling that shirt, that printed shirt. You're selling it for $25.99. Do your best to get something like maybe $15.99, $14.99, something that's worth it that they can look at and go, oh, you know what? I can click on that. I can buy that. Your value of your offer is really important. Now, it doesn't have to be just prices. You could be, we talked about this a few weeks ago, was buy one, get one free. If you have that, if you're able to do that with your inventory, that's great. You can get a 2-for-1 with that. You could do things like free shipping. Let me tell you about free shipping. Everyone in the season pretty much expects free shipping. So for you to offer free shipping, you probably won't get a lot of traction. It's kind of expected. We're going to offer free shipping. Think about the offers. And I don't know if there's anyone out there. I know someone was trying to text me earlier about some offers that they were doing. But if you're watching, you have questions about, if your offer is good or not, text us. And we'll we'll give you an idea of what that offer looks like. We're doing things like giveaways. It's one of the things that we want to do for our Black Friday campaign was to get in the spirit of giving for November and Thanksgiving. And there happens to be Giving Tuesdays, the day after Cyber Monday. We had a huge conversation about this at our office meeting yesterday. But the idea of giving and getting value from your customers, and we're calling it, and in fact, Greg coined this, it's not that it's new, but it's new in terms of what we want to do. Remember, we're having a plan on how we want to do our targeting and our marketing and our traffic building for holidays, and we want to do a customer appreciation month. And we mean that. We want to thank our customers for coming to our site, being a part of our brand, continually purchasing from us, reading our blog posts, just following us, and not just actually just us, right? It's Bethany Franco who we actually do the stuff for. but we want to give them a sense of appreciation. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to give a giveaway to them and their friends. We're working on all kinds of ideas now. We haven't launched all this, but these are things that we want to do. What is your offer? Is there a giveaway? Let me think here. Is there perhaps like you want to do like a contest? A contest is great. Whatever it is, look at the value proposition of your ad and see if it's compelling. And here's the biggest barrier that you want to go into. One is you. Would you click on your ad? It's really important. I have to tell you, sometimes with a team here, and Greg does this, is we'll see an ad and we're like, I'm not going to click on that ad. Why would I click on that ad? And I know it seems kind of harsh. What we're trying to do is hone in and teach our team and teach us and teach you to be really, really objective about your ads. Would you click on your ad right now? Is the offer good enough for me to stop my scrolling and get their attention? I think Greg talked about this on Tuesdays. There's all this scrolling happening. Would you stop them? Look at that. And part of running your e-commerce business is getting good at marketing. That's part of it. Back in the day, you could open a shop, put your food products out there, wear products, put your bookstore out there. People would walk in, do word of mouth. That's fine. You can't nowadays. You've got to become good at marketing, and you've got to be good. And I'm going to tell you, social media marketing, or at least marketing on the 7 top platforms that rule today's opinions and economy. Okay. So there's a couple things right there. The compelling offer. The other thing too you can find out is what's everyone else doing. I used to shop at the Gap a lot. So if you hear me say, look at the Gap, look at the Gap, I think this was Old Navy. I'm not sure. They don't have a shop skinny girl yet line for guys. So maybe Greg, if you're out there watching, maybe we can figure something out. But what are others doing? What kind of deals are they doing? Are they always doing sales? How are they doing their sales? Look at that. How about the top lines that you go to? Go to Amazon, go to Best Buy. And the other thing too is the titles of your posts. Now, if you've done an ad before in Instagram or Facebook or any of those things, sometimes the title isn't what really gets the, sometimes the title is the post. So you gotta look at your titles. And I'm a big fan of this. In the previous company I was with, we would have a team that would, for every single post, do 15, 20 titles. Now that may be overkill for you and what you're doing, but look at your titles. For example, let's say today our campaign title is, and I'll look at it right here for our, was here, get holiday traffic to, oh man, the launch card, let me take this out. There it is. Get holiday traffic to your e-commerce site. Cool, okay, great. So think about this. What else can you say? You need traffic? Join us. Or you better know these 5 steps to get traffic towards your, for your e-commerce. Or don't be behind. Start thinking for traffic. Start thinking about traffic now. Whatever it is that you can do, grab the attention. Put in a little work. Understand what other people are doing, but put a little work. Grab their attention. What would you do to grab your friend's attention? That's what I always say. Does your ads grab attention to the people that you know? What would you do when you try and grab their attention, right? You can't touch them, right? Because you're not in the room. How would you get your attention? Look at the titles of what you're doing. And then here's the other cool part about titles and ads. We rerun our ads. I'm just gonna tell you, and a lot of people rerun their ads. This is nothing new. Why? Because we know that certain ads produce more revenue and have greater conversions. So we rerun them. Sometimes though, we are trying to capitalize on our resources. We don't have, a 100-person agency. We have, a few people who are working that, and you might have one. So make it easier for you. Rerun your ad. But here's the thing: if you rerun your ad, and when I talk about ad, I'm also talking about your content post, which I guess we better talk about that in just a few seconds. Change the titles of your ad. Think about new ways to title your ads so that people can look at it and grab their attention again on an old ad. Post titles, really, really good. And that also being connected to content marketing. Let me touch on that real quick is this. You may not have a lot of money for building traffic because you don't have the money for the ad spend. Content marketing. That means provide value through posts that you put on all the social media platforms. That's one, provides value and is shareable. Provides value and is shareable. Something that you would see someone say, oh, hey, I saw this on Facebook, share this. Does it take work? Yeah, but here's the cool part about content marketing. Let's say I'm trying to sell, let's go back to our example of the print-on-demand shirt. I have a design shirt, right? Let me look online of ideas like, hey, best designs of the season in fall. I'll find that blog post. I'll take it, look at it, rewrite it, put it up as a post, and then make it my own, whatever. Or I'll just link to it, and I'll create a new title for it. Getting people to click on, engaging with your post, build your Facebook relevancy score, and also guess what you're doing? You're building your audience. And then you can also put a link toward your store. But content post is great. And when I mean content post, I'm talking about posts that isn't an ad, right? That you put up there and you're telling Facebook, I just want to put this information out there that people can sell. It has value. It's about your product or something related to your industry. It's meaningful. It's comprehensive, right? And it doesn't have to be super long. But let's say, for example, 3 tips towards, I don't know, 3 tips on how to get off to a good start on a date, right? Who would want to know that? How about 5 tips on making the best impression on the first date, things like that. People will stop and click on that stuff, right? So then you can build more and more audience engagement. We did that actually with another brand, with a car brand. I don't know if we're allowed to say the name yet, but and before the launching of this amazing collection of automobile memorabilia from this really big brand, a big company, I guess you can say Ford. Greg and the ads team went out and built audience engagement. They tried to create an audience ahead of time before the product was released by building a fan page and they called it Ford Fanatics. We were getting tons and tons of engagement. People sharing about their Ford, talking about their Ford. Guess what? The moment we launched our product, we had an audience. We had people that were already customized towards buying that particular product. Build an audience. Get a fan page out there for whatever product that you're doing. I'm telling you, all these things will, over time, build a consistent traffic flow for you. And here's what we're looking for. Consistent, high-quality traffic. Not just any kind of traffic. Consistent, high-quality traffic. Listen, at the end of the day, traffic's just one part, it's conversions, right? And we're going to talk about that, and we do talk about it all the time, is not just getting traffic in, and it leads me to this second part, and the final part is there's the conversion part. That means that there's going to be elements outside of your ad, outside of your traffic techniques that's going to convert. That's going to be your website. That's going to be your product offerings. That's going to be your customer service and your customer experience. Look, if we tell you right now, and let's say we do have it, and I think that there are actually some keys that we can give you. Hey, here's a way for you to get 1,000 people immediately to your site. Great. You got 1,000 people. Now you got to get them to convert. You've got to get them to do something on your website. Here's a win for you if you're starting out. Getting their email, that's a win. Conversions, that's a win. Those 2 things, those are wins, because the one that gets your email, you can probably convert later on with, and they're going to be part of your fan base. But here's the point. You've got to be able to convert them. So the thing that we embrace more and more is fixing leaky buckets, and it's the key word here, optimization. Optimization is a fancy term for what we would say make it better. One of the things about coming on the team here was leading the charge for values in the company, creating a company corporate culture and trying to instill values. One of my favorite values that I take across with me wherever I go is the make it better value. Is in a team, if we decide to make it better, we look at something, let's make it better. How do we make each other better? How do we make that ad better? Yesterday, I proposed this huge plan for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Greg says, okay, guys, for the entire, how do we make this better? It's an ingrained thing. Optimization is making it better for you and your customers to be able to convert. How do we make your product page better? Is it clear? Is it working right? How do we make the experience of when someone lands on your home page all the way to checkout, how do we make it better? If we make it better, we'll convert more efficiently and we'll get more conversions over time from that same customer, making it better. And here's some simple ways on how to begin your optimization testing. Some of you may think right now, well, I've got a website. That's fine, right? It is not fine. It is not fine that you just have a website. As soon as you can show that your website has a clear navigation path, when a customer gets on there, from every single one of your pages towards your checkout, then okay, now you've got a website. Until then, You've got the framework of a website. That's what I believe. So let's look at this. Here's what I want you to do. Oh, are you writing this down? I want you to do this. Take a look at your website. Oh, let me see here. I just kind of messed up my screen here. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Okay, all right. So take a look at your website and ask this first question. Can you navigate it easily? Simply go through it. I'm telling you, there are people on our team that are doing this constantly. But you would look at your website, navigate it, go through the pages, click on the links. Are they working? This is especially important for Cyber Monday and Black Friday. You don't want to lose those conversions by people getting stuck. Go through your website. Do this. Do this as your homework assignment. I'm getting on you right now. Oh, you know what? I want to bring this up real quick before I get into that. And I'm going to show you the post right here. I think it's kind of important. Greg says gift guide. Gift guide for content. That's absolutely true. And the one thing that it reiterates in my head is it was one of the plans that we were talking about for our Black Friday. Gift guides are key. If you were here 3 segments ago with me and Ivy on here, we talked about gift guides and how that works. That is an easy way for you to tell your customers what to buy. How cool is that? If you could just say, hey, here's the 5 things for you to buy, and they're all on your website, how amazing is that? In the form of a gift guide to help them ease the decision-making on what they need to buy, it's perfect. There's tons of people, I'm included, where I can't figure out what I want to buy for someone. I look at gift guides all the time. So that's one big thing. So design a gift guide. And here's the crazy part. You can make a gift guide with just 2 products. All I sell is 2 products, Johnson. Fine. Make a gift guide with maybe like the ideas of this is the perfect gift. If you're looking for the perfect gift, here's the perfect gift. Buy this shirt with this design. And you can, hey, gift guide for the last minute purchaser. Buy the shirt. Great stuff like that. So a gift guide is really, really good. Now let me go back real quick into optimization of your site. Go through your site. Can you navigate it easily? Second is, can you find answers easily? Come up with a question. Say you're trying to look for something. Go on your website. Can you get to that question easily? 3, this is most important. Can you purchase off your website easily? Is the purchasing cycle easy on your website? Right? Now you did all that. Here's the hard part. Well, not the hard part. Here's the most important part. Go find a friend. Go find someone in your online community, whoever the case may be, or you can even actually comment here and we'll look at your site and have them do those simple questions. First, let them see your site. Hey, by the way, guys, I'm launching a store. Would you mind looking at my site and then letting them ask them, what's the look and feel? Do they like the look and feel? Do they like the overall sense of your site? Great. Beyond that, have them complete specific tasks. And this is what we do when we test. When we ask someone to take a look at our sites, we say, okay, see if you can find jeans in this size. Let's say you want to buy jeans for your girlfriend, and see if you can find jeans and tell us the process on how you purchase the jeans, or if you're able to do that. When you ask your friends to look at your site, give them tasks. Give them specific things you want them to do so you can see whether or not they're able to do it easily, and let them tell you whether it's easy for them and whether it's clear. Yeah, see, here's Greg. I love it. Greg's chiming in from his rest bed. I'll answer that in just a few seconds, but let me make sure we make this really clear. Traffic and then conversion. Conversion, optimize your website. Optimize everything that you're doing. Your email marketing, optimize it. Have people look at it to see and test. Now, those people who are staying with us, who are watching this, and you go through this, I promise you, you're going to see an uptick in your traffic. You're going to see an uptick in your conversions because now you are thoughtfully focused on marketing your site, not just putting a site up there. And that's probably one of the biggest steps that you can possibly do. Okay, so that's a big thing. Let me get you back on this with what Greg said, and I think it's really important, so I want to bring it up. For the gift guide, if you only have 2 gifts, sign up for the affiliate with Amazon and add 10 more products. Okay, let me tell you something about Greg. What I love, he's a big fan of cross marketing, cross merchandising. So what you can do, what he's talking about is, let's just say you only have a few products. Well, you can sign up with affiliate with the Amazon affiliate marketing program, and you can sell through Amazon. So whatever people sell from whatever people buy from your website that leads to Amazon, you get a percentage of the commission. You usually don't get a lot, but that's not the point, right? The point is to create a content and an offering that looks compelling and has a high value proposition, so that you are giving them a gift guide with not just 2 products, but 10 products on there. And it looks like it's all coming from your store. And yes, they'll go to the Amazon site, but the whole point is that they're clicking on at the very top to see what your gift guide is. And hey, they go to Amazon and buy something, you make a little cash along the side. Now, you may do this, scale that more, but the point is you can make your store even a lot bigger than what it is by becoming an affiliate marketer at Amazon. Now, Amazon's not the only one that does that. They just happen to have one of the easiest programs, but there's other affiliate marketers. So that being said, is one of the steps to build traffic is product to social proof. And that means maybe become an affiliate marketer. And it's so crazy. Him and I are a lot on the same wavelength. The last strategy I have is become an affiliate marketer. No, wait, does that take work? Yes, but here's the cool part is you can now give a greater product offering, but leveraging products that already have an audience, right? So let's say, for example, you can sell deodorant, right? And let's say you sell deodorant. I don't know why I said deodorant. Let me think of something better. Sneaker. Like I think Tom's was one time doing affiliate marketing, but you can do sneakers. And there's sneaker affiliate programs, and you can add that to your site. If you're selling print-on-demand shirts, you're going to add a little thing that says, "Hey, these sneakers look great with it." You're going to make money off of that as well, and your store is going to look like you offer more products. There's a difference between affiliate marketing where you put a banner on and you get a commission. I'm talking about actually signing up to be able to have their products dynamically appear on your website and in your ads. Amazon does that as well. So that's a whole lot, right, to digest. And we're trying to give you really good content. We really think it's important for you to be able to dive in. At the same time, trying to equip you to ring the cash register for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. At the very top, it's going to take work. 2, it's got to be focus. Focus, get a plan out of what you want to do. 3, then after all this, start executing. You're watching live streams, keep watching live streams, but don't just watch live streams. You're reading books, great. Keep reading books, but don't just read books. You're looking at websites, that's great, but don't keep looking at websites. Start executing. Go on Canva, start designing an ad. If you mess it up, guess what? The whole world doesn't fall apart. Your store will not fall apart on one mess up ad, okay? Well, there's some store, let's put it this way, it's very hard for you unless you do something super offensive on Facebook, right? And they won't even let you post that. But go on Canva. Go on page transparency. Start studying your competitors, what they're doing. You have a little bit of time before November 1st, and start studying about the target audiences that they're targeting, and start targeting their audiences. Why? Because the trick is not just getting traffic, it's getting high quality traffic. The reason why I repeat myself is because it's how you integrate into a person the most important things. High quality traffic, 2 ways. Ads and content marketing is what we're talking about right now. Content marketing, give amazing, valuable posts that can be shareable, gift guides, tips on fashion or whatever product you're in. Ads, study what the competitors are doing, how they're doing it. Study the platform that you want to do your ads on. If it's Facebook, see how they're doing it. Find out how that works. If it's Instagram, which is kind of the same, a little different, you'll have to look at the 2, LinkedIn and Pinterest. Look at Pinterest. Now, Pinterest doesn't do ads the way you think. Pinterest does ads through what's called boards. Study that. Then start creating ads. Start working on posts immediately, right now, today. Write down to go create an ad right now. Then after that, look at your website. Well, maybe you can do the same time, but look at your website and optimize your website. Why? Because traffic, conversions go together. Getting traffic, great, but you got to convert them. Go to your website. Is your website compelling? Going back to your ads, are your ads and value propositions compelling? Are they good? Are your products valuable? Look at those things and see how that works. Get advice from your friends. Okay, you got a lot of homework that I gave you right now, and I'm expecting you to do that because here at EECOM Mentor, that's what we're doing. We mentor. Let me tell you something really cool here, and I'm gonna try and share my screen here. Right now, what you're seeing is a live stream that's available to everybody, and we're gonna keep this up for the rest of the year, but then we're gonna start archiving these things for just our membership site. And our membership site has more than all this. Let me tell you, there's courses involved. Here you are. I think, so you guys seeing this? Let me check my stream. Yep, okay, you're seeing it. Great. Right here in the education, right here. EECOM Mentor method, right here. The normal price is $97 a month, okay? And then you get, there's things where you're gonna get, here it is, live events every month. We're actually doing 2 each week, but we're also gonna start interviewing high-figure e-commerce successful people. We've got expert interviews. We've got course libraries. We've got tons and tons of videos on marketing and on setting up your store. All of it included into this entire thing. We are also have the opportunity for us to optimize and take a look at your website. Now, when I mean optimize, I mean we can look at it, audit it, give you an idea what it is, as being part of our members here on EECOM Mentor. Now, here's the cool part. Right now, if you sign up, you can do the entire subscription for $1 for 2 weeks. Now, not the entire, but not the full month, but for 2 weeks, it's $1 just to try it out. Just try it out for $1. For 2 weeks, you get all of it. You get access to everything. There's no trial package. It's the complete package for 2 weeks. You can try that out, see if you like it, be a part of the community, get questions answered, look at the video content. There's tons of video content and way more in-depth, step-by-step strategies in the video courses that we offer to our members. Be a part of it. Join up, show a friend, share the stream to people, let them know, okay? So that's EECOM Mentor, great deal for $1. Raise your hands out there if you would love $1 to get all that stuff. Okay, great. Well, I'm not seeing any more questions. I am seeing Greg interact with this, which is great. I had a few questions on my personal Facebook. Let me see. Okay, yeah, no, you don't have to be a member to watch these live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but pretty soon we're gonna start archiving this stuff. And here's the cool part is there's way more in-depth stuff. We actually go through creating ads, all the techniques for that, different courses for actual Facebook campaigns, strategies and techniques in our membership site. So you're just getting the tip of the iceberg. But if you're getting value right now, just imagine how much value you're gonna get on our membership site, okay? What else do we have out there? Let me see. Trying to read through these comments. A couple of likes. I'm streaming to my page as well. That's my own. Friends haven't seen me in a while. Okay. All right. Well, what's this one? Okay. I'm going to answer this question. I feel like we've been answering this. The question was, when should I start advertising for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Now. We are going to probably launch our ads this Friday or latest next week. Got to get out of the game. We know this from last year's stats, 40% of people start shopping ahead of time for the holidays on November 1st. November 1st. That's about, what's that, 2 weeks from now? November 1st. So start doing your Facebook, your Black Friday, Cyber Monday promotions now. Start getting your ads out there now, okay? Well, that's all I have so far. I know that Greg loves to do his sign off about having waking up with an attitude of gratitude. I love that. For me, it has been constant in my life. And it has been no matter what partnership I'm with, no matter what organization, no matter what I'm leading, it's important for me to live what matters most. I had to learn a long time ago that there's so much distractions, there's so many things, there's so many tasks being added on, there's things that you want to do, there's trials, there's stuff that we're going through. At the end of the day, I have to think about what's the most important thing to me, right? And to live for that above all things. No job, no title, no accolade is higher than these things that I live for. And one is my faith and my family. And well, those are the two things, my faith and family. And the most important thing is impacting the world that I live in. It's super important to me. And that's the things that matter most. At the end of the day, if there's a conflict, it's what matters most. So my suggestion to you is no matter what you're doing, no matter how many endeavors you are trying to complete, always keep in mind the things that matter most. Everything else is noise, all right? So thanks a lot for joining us again for Thursday on our holiday traffic tips. We're gonna see you again on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. We might throw in an extra bonus stream in there targeting Facebook because we're getting a lot of questions about that. So tune in. I guess until we see you next week, have a great weekend, and signing off from Launch Cart. See you, everybody.